Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Today, we are looking at the shakeup from the ban announcement on Monday. Today's show, we played a lot of Modern, showing off what that format is going to look like, or some of the decks that we thought are going to come back or rise up in the metagame.
Or thaw out, as you will.
Yes, removal of Arkham's Astrolabe and the decline of Snow. Thank you for that horrible joke, Corey.
Thank you. I'll be here all 3 hours.
I'll be here all afternoon.
I'll be here all afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Today we're going to be exploring Pioneer, which has been shaken up a little bit by the unban of Oath of Nissa. So we're going to be looking at a lot of different potential ways to utilize Oath of Nissa, starting with, I think the most obvious on my side, this is Mono Green Devotion. The deck that dominated Pioneer in the opening weeks, along with Cat Combo, another deck that used Oath of Nissa, though, without Felidar Guardian. Can't really bring that deck back.
No, not really. God, that deck was so insane, though. I played it for a little bit, and I'm like one league in, I 5-0'd so easily, and I'm like, well, I better play this while I get time, because this is not going to last long. Like, just the fact that you could Oath and then just easily play Teferi to protect your combo.
Yeah,
Oko was in there. Yeah, it was obscene.
Not okay.
Not okay at all.
Saheeli isn't nearly as good with Regal Caracal, so
no, it really isn't. Yeah,
not really a thing these days.
Believe it or not, it really isn't. So what I'm going to be playing up against Mono Green Devotion is a Bant control Yorion list. Bird Serpent is back. 80 cards, also playing some Yorions in the main, but mostly just a control deck playing Oath of Nissa and the Blue Omen of the Sea, just as great value cards where whenever you get your 5-mana 4/5 flyer, it also comes with, okay, draw 2 or 3 cards, manipulate the top of your library, and do the classic Yorion things.
Yes, classic Yorion deck, but Oath of Nissa, a great card to pair with Yorion. Just a great card to blink overall, really good value. So makes sense to bring that one back. Notably, this list is heavily based off of the one that Jerry Thompson published in his article earlier this week, all about the potential homes for Oath of Nissa. A lot of cool lists in there, so be sure to check that one out. It is live on StarCityGames.com right now.
Yeah, anybody who loves Oath of Nissa and Pioneer, check that article out. We already planned to do the show, and then I saw his article, and I was like, oh my God, we can spark so many ideas. And in fact, I have another one of Jerry's lists based on a little bit later in the show as well. So really cool article. Check that out after the show.
Yep. The Green Devotion list here is one with Karn the Great Creator. I know an innovation pioneered by Aspiring Spike, and one that I particularly like. Just gives the deck a lot more versatility. I love devotion decks that play threats that you can cast, sort of normally. Maybe you lose an accelerant and then you still just ramp to 4 mana and you can cast it and it'll do something. But it's also going to be great when you have 10 mana because it's going to immediately find some big splashy artifact and you can cast that immediately as well. And suddenly you have 2 threats that they have to deal with. You've probably gained some immediate value. So I love that.
It's just such high loyalty. It's a very tough planeswalker to deal with. So, yeah.
And if your opponent is really heavily interacting with you, especially, with sweepers and creature removal, just the card advantage that planeswalkers generate is really valuable. So this deck can kind of play both ways. It can play an attrition game. It can play this ramp over the top game. And it's nice to have that versatility.
Well, sounds fun. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Looks like I was the Snow King over here, lack of Snow King for Modern. So we'll leave this up to you.
Rob probably is just playing a Practical Joker. So I'm pretty sure I won Tuesday's show.
Yeah, well, your memory's pretty bad if you couldn't remember Tuesday's show, but there, buddy.
Pretty sure I won.
After that very last game, nobody wants to remember Tuesday's show.
Oh, God, that
your
game
draw
was
so bad in that game. There's no way you could have won.
Honestly, I don't think I deserved the marbles after winning with that draw.
You want to just give them to Rob?
Yeah, Rob, you got the marbles today. Okay, we're going to be taking them from you.
Okay, well, looks like I am picking up right where we left off in that last game with 6 lands Oath of Nissa.
All right.
Oath of Nissa is a good card. It's not that good.
Yeah, no kidding. It's not the build around here. Well, last time I hope that you went to 5. We had that horrible game. So you know what? Stay at 6. Let's have a good game here where we both do some things and we'll move on from there.
I assume you're keeping a sketch.
Oh, I'm keeping just a premium one actually. Premium. Rob, you got any of those premium questions from our premium Twitch chat over there?
Not right now.
Premium going to become the new mythic.
Yeah, that's the one above. Yeah.
Ross, you still got to do your mulligan to 0 for courtside tickets to a Jazz game.
Yeah.
Whenever the world eventually returns to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you're going to Disney World.
Check back in with that in, 3 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, looks like we got a solid one brewing here. Pretty easy card to put back.
Are you saying 3 years, not because of COVID, but until the Jazz actually becomes good enough where you'd want to see?
The Jazz are one of the best teams in the league right now.
Don't get Ross started on Rudy Gobert and his ratings in NBA 18.
Yeah, we've had to hear that enough lately.
Heinous.
We've had to hear that enough lately. I'm going to take 2. We'll pass to you.
You're at 18. I will play a Wolfwillow Haven on this forest.
Okay, that resolves.
Attack for 1.
Bang.
17.
17.
You're up.
End step opt. Don't think I want a Narset. Not very good against mono green. So we'll bottom that. Let's go with this land, and I'll pass to you. Just doing our thing, setting up a little bit here, you know, living the life.
Okay, let's play Vivian.
No longer living the life. Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, let's get some counters on our elf.
Okay.
And smush for 3.
Let's go with a Growth Spiral.
Okay.
I'll put in an Island and take 3, down to 14.
Pass the turn.
All right, end step opt. Is this card going to be good enough? Probably. I think I need something along the lines of that, so we're going to keep that one. Untap, draw. I will play a Plains and pass to you. You got some good creatures in there?
A few.
All right.
A few.
Yes.
I would like to play a 3/3 Walking Ballista.
A tree. Don't think I want that to happen. So let's Essence Scatter that.
Okay. Pump up the elf.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. End step. Growth Spiral. Land, untap. All right, let's go with Teferi. I'll tick up. Draw. Tap, untap, your go. Had to get something down, but it's not exactly a safe Teferi on this board.
Don't want to get Azorius Charmed, so I will -3, 5 to 5.
5 to 5. Okay, yep. It is dead.
Now let's play a Karn.
Thy Great Creator. Okay.
Not sure what I can get here. I think this looks good. I want to be applying pressure. And I think you have an Azorius Charm that you wanted to protect that Teferi with. So I'm going to -2 and find a Heart of Kiran.
Heart of Kiran.
And cast that one.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't have a land in hand. I know what I have now. And pass the turn.
All right, end step Omen.
Okay. Now we got a nice little battlefield here set up. We got multiple planeswalkers, multiple threats. We're not exposed to a sweeper, really. You know, Corey's still at 14, but this is a ton of pressure. I can close the game really quickly from here.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right. All right, I'm going to keep both of these. Draw one for Omen, draw one for my turn.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm going to play another Teferi.
Okay.
I'm going to draw. And I will untap and pass to you. All right, yeah, nasty little board over there to try to maneuver around. This is not going to be an easy game, that's for sure.
So now we got 4 mana up with this Teferi, which is a lot more threatening.
Yep.
So I think I have to start by getting... So maybe I don't. Whew.
A toughie.
You got 5 cards in hand over there?
I got 4.
4. One of which I still assume is an Azorius Charm. Maybe you have 2 charms?
That'd be charming.
That would be annoying, is what it would be. It would be very, very annoying.
Excellent. Excellent.
Guess I could always just Pithing Needle it if I really wanted to. That would be the safest line here.
Okay. Seems like a decent line.
I'd also go for this. If I went for that, I could... Really, I would force another counter spell out of you. It's a tough turn. I got a lot of different lines, and they all play around different things.
Yep.
And I don't have a strong read on Corey's hand, other than I think there's an Azorius Charm there.
Okay.
And if that's all I know, that's not a lot to go on. But I guess at the very least, like this would...
Yeah, this is the nice thing about being the control deck is it doesn't matter how I think through my plays. I wait for you to go and I get to react to it, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna -2 this Karn and find the Great Henge.
The Great Henge, okay.
And I'm gonna cast it.
Okay, yep, for 4 mana. Yeah, that resolves.
I will gain 2 life, go to 22.
Okay.
I will play a 2/2 Walking Ballista.
2/2 Ballista, eh? I'm gonna respond with Omen of the Sea.
Sure.
It's a decent draw, I think. What is your play going to be from beyond this? If I let that resolve... I don't think I want this bottom card, but I'll take the top. Yeah, that resolves.
Okay, so it's going to get a 3rd counter, and I'm going to draw a card?
Yep.
Okay. Now I will Crew Heart of Kirin with the Ballista.
Okay.
And attack Teferi.
All right, charm it.
That was the Azorius Charm. Now I will plus put 2 counters on Ballista and trade.
Okay. Reasonable.
So I got another, card advantage generating threat here. I still dealt with the Teferi.
Done?
I've got to land and pass of the turn.
Yeah, pretty solid turn, I won't lie. Ooh, that wasn't bad.
Still 4 cards over there?
4 cards, yep. Now we got some good options here.
I don't like Corey having good options. Nothing but bad options.
Nothing but bad options, you say, huh? All right, I'm going to start with Teferi.
Stop playing Teferis.
Never bounce that. Narset. I will negative on this. All right, 4 lands. Cool, cool. And pass to you.
That's excellent. That's what I wanted. Okay, so has successfully protected his Planeswalkers here and probably set up for a Yorion next turn that's going to blink a lot and
blink it
a
up.
lot of value. I do get to play this. It enters with a counter. I draw a card.
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
You do get the counter.
That's a good point. This will plus with no target.
Okay.
I guess I'll get my 2 life, go to 24.
Okay.
Play my Heart of Kieran.
Okay.
I do still think I want to play the elf because I want to deal with the when I'll start attacking these planeswalkers.
Makes sense.
Definitely just want to put 2 more counters. I guess this is on 4.
Yep.
So I could potentially deal with... Ooh, hold on. This is the way I want to do this. Hold on. We figured it out. So what I should be doing here is plussing this with no target.
Yep.
Yeah, playing this with 24, playing the heart. Crewing the heart with the Karn.
I was wondering if you were going to see the line.
Minusing the Vivian to deal 4 there.
Yep.
Then I get to start drawing cards.
Yep. Much better play there.
Yeah.
Much better play.
And... Ooh. So... Yeah, I think I would just want to draw more cards and get more stuff. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to play a 3/3 Voracious Hydra.
Okay.
I'll stack the Hydra trigger to double, then stack the Great Henge trigger, so it'll get a 4th counter from the Great Henge, and then I'll draw a card.
I don't think it works like...
They're both enters the battlefield trigger.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right.
So I'll get the 4th counter from the Henge, draw a card, and then double it to 8.
Okay.
And play a land for turn and pass.
All right. Solid turn. Yeah, I'll for sure take up. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to find some stuff. Our hand isn't great right now. We'll play Oath. Okay. Good start. Solid start. I guess I didn't want those too much.
Those 80-card decks, they have a little bit more variance.
That they do. All right. Well, we don't have anything else great to play, so I'll pass to you.
Passing, not even buying the Yorion?
No.
Yeah.
Negatory.
Feel like we're getting swept here at instant speed with this Teferi. So I'm not gonna crew this heart.
Excellent.
And both my creatures deal with the Teferi anyway. And if you don't have the sweeper, it's not a huge deal. So I'm gonna put 2 counters on the elf.
Okay.
I would like to declare attacks.
Sure.
I will send the Hydra at you and the elf at Teferi.
All right, I got a wrath.
Yeah.
Are you shocked? Is that your shocked face?
Indeed.
I can't tell with the mask, so I need to know if you're shocked.
Shock is a red card, Corey.
Okay, good.
I'll plus the Karn with no targets.
Okay.
Let's make a wolf.
Okay.
Guess I'll do that with this thing too. So I just get the 2 life.
Okay.
Don't have to remember it. So I'm 26.
Yep.
Need a wolf token here.
Yep.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. End step growth spiral.
Yep.
All right. Our hand is pretty funny.
So no 8th land.
I did not have an 8th land, no. So we're going to go like that. Tick up. I got a Yorion. For sure blinking out these. Yeah, I should blink this out too. Now the real question is, do I want to play this land tapped or untapped based on what's in my deck? And I don't know, but I think my life total is going to be a little pressured, so I'm going to put it into play tapped. Move to end step.
Yep.
Okay. We'll stack. I'll look at this first and then them.
Yeah, do the omens.
Get a Night Pack Ambusher. First Omen of the Sea. Don't think I want either of those. So bottom, draw, second Omen. I'll take both of those, draw, and yep, here go. Oh, Snorian. I've missed you so. Uh-oh.
So I'll go to 28.
Okay.
Make 6 green for creatures there.
Okay. Uh-oh. It's been a good game.
Yeah. It's really, it shows the power of these planeswalkers. It generates
Yeah.
a lot of value, but you're generating a ton with the Yorians, so we're going to keep playing.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't think you have any soft counters. It's really just whether you have scatter and how much mana I want to hold up to maybe draw into more stuff.
Okay.
So I've just got another Hydra that I've been holding back for a Yorian.
Okay.
This is 6. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think I'm going to make it a 7/7.
So 9 mana, yeah, 7, 8 then. All right.
6, 7, 8, 9. So it'll be a 7, 8, and then I'll get another one from
Okay.
here.
So 8 counters onto it.
Yeah.
And what's your mode?
Oh, I'm going to fight this thing.
Okay. Snorian's dead.
Then I will.
You draw your card.
Yeah. Thank you. Crew Heart of Curian.
Okay.
Put 2 counters on the wolf.
Yep.
Send both creatures up to Teferi.
Both at Teferi.
Yeah.
Both at Teferi, huh, you jerk? All right.
Okay. Plus the Karn with no targets. And pass the turn.
All right. End step, I'll cycle.
Yep.
All right. We knew we were drawing that. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily great.
Or he's got some good cards.
I do have
Sanctum
cards.
enters tapped.
Oh, yep. 4 foot. Okay.
Also has the option to just Yorian again, though that is not great in the face of what I am presenting.
Yeah, you got some bigs.
Yeah, I would literally show you a lethal attack that I guess it's just barely 8. Oh yeah, because I would -3 on the Yorian. Yeah, you would just die,
Dying is
Yeah,
not
so
not great.
and that's without even considering what the Karn can do.
Yeah.
Your second Yorian, not a great play.
Yeah, I think we're in a lot of trouble here. Let's try to maneuver any way possible for us to get out of this, but it is looking quite tough. Yeah, I think we just have to have a mild setup turn here again and hope to hit something good. So let's go with the Yorian again. Blink these out.
Okay.
Blink them back in. I'll resolve the Oath first.
Yeah.
I guess I can get a Planeswalker too. Yeah, we'll get that. Omen in the Sea. Bottoms. Omen. Bottom. All right, here we go.
Interesting.
Yeah, these Planeswalkers sticking around for this long, plus the Great Hand, you've just gained so much value off them, and it's just, Planeswalkers are going to be tough for a Bant control deck if I don't have a way to attack them.
I think that was a pretty reasonable draw.
Okay.
I'm going to gain 2 life, go to 30, and play an Emissary.
Okay.
It gets a counter, so this can crew the Heart, which is nice.
Okay.
Draw a card. I will use the green floating now, so I have a red floating, play an Elf.
Okay.
Draw a card.
Oh, the Great Henge. I've been rocking it with that card with mono green in Standard, and people hate it and do not seem to play it, especially our
I was going to say,
our
by people,
fearless
do you
leader.
mean Cedric Phillips?
Yeah. But I just think that card is insane in that deck.
Okay. Land for turn.
Okay.
Use the red eye of floating. This will make 10 green.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
5 green floating.
All right, you win.
I was just going to use the Karn to get a Ballista.
Yeah, I mean, if you get anything with Karn, I'm looking at the Pharaoh on there. If you even got that, I'm dead. I have an Azorius Charm to manipulate you a little bit, but
if the Ballista lives, then you have to have Absorb to win if that resolves. And then if you absorb it, I can -3 the Vivian, kill your thing,
I mean, you had 1,000 options for sure.
Yeah.
So, Ross, question Chad had during that is there were a few turns where it might have been safe to tick up on your Great Henge and attack with that, and you...
I totally missed that line too. Yeah, that's sick. I totally forgot about that. You just attack for 9?
Yeah, you had at least 2 mana up on a lot of those turns though, but that's something I should definitely think about.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the biggest part of the game was when you sent both creatures at Teferi. I had the Azorius Charm, and if I could save Teferi, I get to bounce the Great Henge and then control your creatures where you'd have to just like tap out to play it. And I think then I would have been
a lot of time to Yorion and then use that card.
Exactly. Or the Heart of Kieran fighting Narset to prevent the draws. Those were both excellent plays that put you in that game. Otherwise, I think I had a chance. I had like Uro, I had Nightpack Ambusher, I had stuff that could fight fair, but all your Planeswalkers were just fighting so unfair by that point. I just needed something to stop them, that's for sure.
You're generating a lot of card advantage with Yorion, but every single turn I'm generating a little bit of advantage here and there with all those Planeswalkers.
Exactly.
Nissa -3 twice in that game.
Yeah.
And, made the...
Or Vivian,
not Nissa. And then and made the Alpha a reasonable threat. And, the Heart of Kieran is a really nice addition. It's actually meant typically to play defensively when you need to defend your Planeswalkers against flyers. Like it was actually put in here mostly for the Spirits matchup, if you listen to Spike, but it does give you just a nice cheap threat.
Yeah.
So
Heart of Kieran's a phenomenal card. You know, being able to crew for 1 off Planeswalkers, I mean, that card dominated Standard for a while, or at least had a huge impact. So
yeah, it gives you something pretty impactful that can play both offense and defense off your Karn when you're casting it for 6 mana or so.
Agreed. And Karn's such a high loyalty Planeswalker already that you don't care if you're removing 2 counters a turn most of the time, or 2 counters a sequence here. Yeah. All right, everyone, we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here with Bant Control up against Mono Green Devotion, featuring one of both of our favorite green 1-drops here, Oath and Nissa. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to sideboarding here with Versus Live. Ross, we're supposed to be sideboarding.
I am sideboarding.
Ross, you always do this. We're trying to have a good, clean show here. Come on, man. You got to sideboard with your deck.
No, I don't.
Oh, you're all one-ofs.
15 one-ofs, 15 wish targets. That's how the deck is built.
God, that looks like that looks like a delight to play. If you just should I sideboard? No, I'm not supposed to. So nope, I'm not going to. All right. Well, from my end, I have a lot of cards that I do want to change up. Narset is probably the worst card, even though the static is decent against like the Great Henge specifically. We got our Great Henge card here, anyways. And I can't protect it very well. So on the play, I do consider some copies, but I'm going to go with none against this Devotion list. Taking out a couple opts, 1 Azorius Charm and 1 Absorb for just kind of functional upgrades. We got 4 Gust, our 3rd Nightpack Ambusher, and a couple Dovin's Vetoes. I like the 2-mana interactive spells. I'm very lukewarm on Azorius Charm, but I want good things to do with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Untapping, having access to Gust, Dovin's Veto, Azorius Charm, any of that stuff is really how I turn the tides in these matchups. So I want to keep my 2-mana interactive spells while bringing in the Wolfpack leader here, which is quite good against you, I imagine.
Yeah, it's not a ton of ways to interact with creatures on my side, especially bigger creatures. I have to land a Voracious Hydra, big expensive sorcery, which can be tough against
Vivian Fight. Also tough. Can lead to blowout effects and stuff like that too. If I can Gust your creature and then just you're toast. But this deck is pulled in a little bit different directions. I was very unsure about Nightpack Ambusher, but I think it is kind of just like Temur Rec. Like Temur Rec in Standard, Temur Rec plays this on your turn game plan because they play Wilderness Reclamation, Uros, all these powerful spells, but you can also be a flash game plan, play a bunch of counter spells, play Nightpack Ambusher. So it just gives me versatility. But sometimes when you have that versatility, you're lacking in just what exactly your deck is. So sometimes I'm going to have really awkward hands with it, but sometimes I'm going to be able to play in such a way where whatever you're vulnerable to, I get to just choose that avenue, and it's going to be great. So it's a little give and take.
And the take part of it is mitigated by the fact that Nightpack Ambusher is just a good, powerful card.
Yeah, it's just a 4-mana 4/4 creature, which is fine,
Even if it's awkward, it can only be so bad.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Rob, you got any questions for us?
Yeah, I've got a few here now, actually.
What do we got?
So the first one is from Esteus, and he was asking, what do you think it will take for Fire's decks to come back in Pioneer?
So here's the thing: is I left Pioneer. I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm off the format forever, but I stopped playing it in challenge events just because it was just kind of the same thing, and I wasn't necessarily loving it. But when I quit, I was playing the Jeskai Fires Planeswalker type deck, and I like lost my winning in for top 8 in the last challenge I played, and I thought the deck was like super fine and good. You still have Gideons, Narsets, Teferis to interact with, the inverter deck. So I think that's more of a question for you because I really have still enjoyed those decks.
Yeah, and it's strange to me that they've disappeared as much as they have. I think part of it is just sort of a function of the format not getting a lot of press right now and not getting a lot of play. And then the fact that the companion nerf sort of sent everybody thinking into this mindset that companions were just not good anymore.
Yeah.
I think if people played the format more, they would discover those decks are probably still fine.
Yeah.
Because they seem fine to me.
Basically, Hasteas, when I come back to Pioneer, hop on my stream. You'll be seeing some Narsets and Gideon of the Trials and stuff like that.
We also had a question. It was a little bit of a dagger, Ross.
Ooh, we take burns.
So it's a name I'm unfortunately not going to even try to pronounce because it's just a bunch of random characters, feels like.
Okay.
So sorry to them. But Ross, a while ago in your podcast, you talked about the mono green deck trimming a few wish targets so you could actually have a bit of a sideboard. Why didn't you do that for this list?
That's not a dagger enough.
Because the Pioneer metagame, I don't think is established enough for me to know exactly what those few cards would be.
Yeah. AKA, he's a fish and doesn't know how to fix his sideboard quite yet. So we're just hitting the easy button. And that's what I would do too. I wouldn't know it either, so I'm just giving you crap. But I had to throw in the dagger since there wasn't one.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
a small dagger.
Small dagger, a gentle dagger.
You gotta build up.
Okay. All right, I think I can keep this. My hand does a very specific thing.
My hand is fine.
Bang, here go.
Llanowar Elves.
Yep. Islan, pass to you.
That's a good one. Wolf Willow Haven.
Oh. Yep.
And not going to attack into an Azorius Charm for 1 damage. I'll just pass.
All right, I will grow Spiral.
Yeah, that can happen.
That can happen, but I do not blame you. That's for sure.
Can't wait for another classic. You win at 1 life, Corey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hope so. I'm gonna take 2 here,
18.
and I'm gonna pass to you.
Oh, no verdict.
No verdict. Yeah, I'll save it this time. Just this time.
So no double green for an ambusher there. So what do we have 4 mana for? Just two mana spells?
Could be anything. Could even be a boat. A 4-mana boat.
I want to like spiral into Dovin's Veto or spiral plus Gust. Could be Charm plus either of those. I think it's just 2 mana spells of some combination.
Okay.
Regardless, I'm going to slam a Nissa.
Regardless, you're going to slam a Nissa, eh? All right, in response, I'm going to slam an Oath of Omen of the Sea.
Another 2 mana spell. There's a lot of 2 mana plays.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to keep 1 on top, and then, yeah, we will gust that.
Okay, I'll stay right there.
Okay.
You're up.
All right, I will cast it to Fairy. And I will draw a card and untap, pass to you. That resolves.
Okay. Let's animate this forest.
Okay.
And attack to Fairy for 4.
I'll charm the forest.
Yeah.
And yep, goes to 4.
Goes to 4, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough game. A strong tempo start. The spiral into double spell.
Yeah, here I'm in a rough spot, though, because if I wanted to Fairy Tuck Nissa, Llanowar could just attack it down if I choose to not do anything about it, which isn't necessarily what I want to do, but I could also run the risk of just not being able to beat the Nissa once it's resolved. So I think we are going to start with Oath, see what we can find. Perfect. Yeah, Teferi is in a bit of a rough spot here. I think we're going to Uro.
Brings you to 21.
21, yep. Draw. I'm going to take 2 down to 19. And we are going to tuck this. And I'm just going to put Yoring in my hand. Here you go. Not the greatest of turns.
I mean, even though you're going to lose the Teferi here, you still got Yorion and Uro set up.
Yeah. I mean, not bad.
Pretty good consolation. You got a ton of mana out too. I feel pretty
big turn for you though. That's for sure. Yeah, I did just ramp pretty well, and then got to interact on key turns, which is definitely excellent. So this is Nissa, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do get to resolve another Planeswalker.
Okay.
And that's also always nice.
For one of us.
I've got another elf.
Okay.
Guess I'll spread the wealth here, get counters on each.
Spread the elf?
Yeah,
I'm guessing attacking here?
Yeah, attack the Teferi, pass the turn.
So we still can't bring back Uro quite yet.
If you have a land, you can sack the Omen.
That's true. I don't think I'm in for that. I think I would much rather get my value with Snorian here. Blink these out. I'll play a Botanical Sanctum. Come back. We'll resolve Oath first. So I have a choice between Uro or a Temple Garden. I guess we'll go with Uro. Omen. Definitely keep this top card. Draw. And is this... I didn't keep track enough. Is this Nissa next turn? Or
No.
Okay.
I do not believe it is.
Okay, I will pass to you.
So you see, in this game, Corey is able to get to this mid-game part where he's generating a lot of value before I established a really strong battlefield.
And one thing, for people that watched the last game, me and Ross were talking about this in between. He had 2 points where if he didn't play tight, I would have won the game, where it was the 2 4-power creatures attacking the Teferi at 4. I had a charm to then bounce the Great Henge if he didn't kill that. And the turn where he played Hardikirin and then had it fight Narset to start drawing cards. If he misplayed either of those turns, I think I win the game easily. So definitely good to bring some light to those nice plays.
You have 4 in hand?
Yep.
One of which is Uro.
Yep.
I think we just have to go for it. So I'll play a 4/4 Ballista.
I'll respond by gusting Vivian.
That's pretty gross. So I do think I want to draw it.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah.
Okay. Guessing you do not want to do any pinging with your ballista right now?
Nope.
Okay. It's a good draw. It definitely seems like a Snorian turn. Or your Uro turn. I should probably just start actually calling these names or these cards the right things. People are going to be so confused.
If by people you mean me, then yes.
Well, if it's just you I'm worried about, then I'm
getting Corey to call cards correctly. It's going to be a struggle.
I want this Botanical Sanctum on top.
So we're going to go to 22.
22.
Draw another card.
First land.
I like Corey saying first land because that kind of suggests he has a second land. I'd like him to have as many lands as he has cards.
That is a fair point.
All lands, please.
Okay, so now
I got Vivian and then Nissa is the top of my deck.
I'm just thinking how I can do this correctly. So you have Vivian on top, huh? Yeah, that's not great for me. I'll attack for 4.
16.
And I will... So I still haven't played my land for the turn. I'm going to play Uro.
25.
Draw.
The last card I knew about from Corey's hand.
That Uro land. First land.
All right, here we go. Vivian,
eh? So what are you going to do with Vivian is the real question. Probably put some counters on Walking Ballista, which of course is pretty strong, but it's not terrifying. That is a 5-mana walker then, which is pretty nasty. Yeah, I'll gust it.
Third Ether Gust, eh?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's why you play 4 there, buckaroo.
In your 80 card deck.
Yep. Gust it up. Or excuse me, I meant memory lapse you over and over. Okay.
I guess while you're tapped out, I'll put a 5th counter in.
Okay. First land. Sack it right away. Thin the deck a little bit. So I know you're drawing Vivian again. I'm going to declare attacks. Trigger. No land.
I got a 6.
Okay. So this is a pretty sweet one. I'm going to go with a Yorion. I'm going to keep this one. Yorion, blink these 3. Blink these out. Comes back. Trigger, Yorion, blink these 2 out. Triggers. Resolve the first oath. Get a farmland. Resolve the omen. Bottoms. Draw. And you go.
Nifty maneuver there.
Yeah, not bad. When you get to legend the rule the one out, you legend the one you play, and then it can blink the other Yorion, then you get an extra Yorion blink. All right, this one's fine.
Yeah, I'll put 2 counters on the Ballista.
Okay.
I will 6 right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm at 25, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
End step trigger on the stack. I'll let them come in first. We'll make our decisions after it. Oath trigger. Go like this. Omen trigger. I'll keep this. Then I will Growth Spiral. Put a land into play. Then I will
Cycle irrigated farmland.
Yep. Cycle, draw, untap. Draw. First land. All right.
I don't think Corey's ever dropped below 4 cards in hand this entire game.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice.
It never runs out.
It's been
This is
pretty
the nature
good.
of Yorion.
Let's see. What do we want to do? I'm going to start with an opt. Always start with the opt. I think I can keep this. Declare attacks.
So I could kill the Uro before Corey declares to keep him off a card, but it makes my blocks much harder. And at this point, he's way up on cards, so I think we just let him come.
Vivian, trigger. All right, you can block.
And they're both attacking Vivian?
Yeah.
So, It's interesting. So I could just block the Uro with the Ballista, and Corey has plenty of cards in the graveyard to re-escape it. The awkward thing about that is I'm not going to be able to respond by removing many counters once the Ballista has 6 damage on it. And I can add a counter to it, and then I'll get only 2 pings before it dies by state-based action. I could throw away an elf to make this block a little easier. You know, block here, add an 8th counter, go down to 3 counters. and deal with the Yorion that way. Keep the Vivian at 5. That makes a slightly awkward turn next turn because right now I have enough to Nissa with 3 forests, untap a tapped forest, and have 8 mana. I cost myself 2 mana. I could potentially untap the Haven forest to get 1 of it back, but I would go from being able to activate the Ballista once for 1 counter next turn to 2 post Nissa, or from 2 to 1.
Yeah, it's a tough block. I'm not even sure exactly what I want you to do. I know what I'm going to do based on what you do, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of interested on why you're attacking the Vivian, given that you're at 6. Like, you know, you have perfect information, so there's something you're worried about.
Oh, I'm at 28, by the way.
Yeah. You're at 1 million, and I'm at 6. Maybe your plan is to just, like, verdict me and replay the Uro and make sure I don't have very much mana. That would make sense. If that's the case... I guess if that's the case, then I really want to protect the Vivian. But maybe you just have like Verdict Teferi, and you're just going to Teferi the Vivian if I make the play where I shrink the Ballista a lot.
Yeah, that's the problem playing against a control deck is like you have to guess, you know, but me being able to react to you just means I have perfect information on what you do. But
yeah. I'm going to make this line, so we'll block with an elf.
Okay.
Add a counter.
Okay.
And then 5 shoots at the Yorion.
Okay.
Okay, elf down.
Let's see here. Okay, so I can do that. Tricky plays, that's for sure.
Corey's turns are a lot harder than mine here.
Yeah.
With 6 cards in his hand. But
all right, I think my best play here...
I kind of like that he's thinking here because he has perfect information about what my next turn. You know,
yeah, I just have so many options, but yeah, it's not an easy turn, that's for sure.
So it makes me think that there's no one option that is just game ending.
Yeah, and that you're definitely right about. I'm gonna verdict.
I will deal you 3 damage.
Okay, I will go to 25, but I'm gonna go back up to 28 because I'm gonna bring back this arrow.
Yep.
Yeah, based on his blocks there, I actually changed my play quite dramatically there from what I wanted to do. So 28, draw a card. Can't play that, unfortunately. So I know you're going to Nissa me, and then you can either tick up on the Nissa land. You could get a creature, but I don't think that is insanely valuable to you right now. So I think I can safely go to Fairy, tick up, and pass to you.
Okay. So I have a Nissa on top here that I finally get to resolve.
Yep.
And I will certainly be untapping one of these lands, I guess. You 4 in hand still?
I have 5.
5. So no matter what creature I get, if I get one with the Vivian...
It's been a great game.
Yeah. I guess the only way I can potentially even block this Uro is to get a Walking Ballista and play it as a 1/1. And then have a land plus a 1/1 Ballista.
Because you can have a land to untap, but on board, you know I can bounce that land.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem worth it. If I, just get a land and give it some counters or something, you can bounce that land. And then deal with the Nissa that way. I guess then I would at least be able to Vivian and leave it around.
God, I might be all about a 4-color Yorion Fires list again. That sounds great. I just keep thinking, I was like, God, just imagine Fires on this board and I'd just be going crazy. But you do have a lot of counter spells in this deck, so maybe it's not the best in this kind of show, but
I'm going to try to set myself up for the post-Nissa world here.
Putting the Okay,
Yeah,
I guess you can make a wolf
tap
so
there.
That's pretty smart.
Ooh, that's another option, isn't it?
Hmm.
You can make a wolf as a blocker, and then tick up the Vivian, and then you'd have to choose which planeswalker to hit.
Options?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Good call. So, yeah, make a wolf,
Okay.
throw that one to the wolves, and then
Hey, the puns are my job around here, okay?
put some counter. Or I guess it's going to die anyway, so let's just put counters on here.
Yeah, you're just jump blocking anyways.
Yep.
All right.
Trump blocking or having it get bounced.
All right, now this should be the turn where I can essentially try to close the door here. So I'm for sure going to bounce here because I want to kill one of the walkers. I think Nissa is more threatening, whatever creature you get. Without the mana, that's the big problem. So I'll attack Nissa, draw.
You get a 31.
Yep. Well,
Ross, what's your life total?
I'm at 6.
I'll just go to 29.
Oh, yeah, you probably should have just killed me.
I'll go to 27. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm at 6.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. Good
I'll
Oh, it's like, did I have that wrong?
Yeah, all right, good call. I'll just kill you. I think even if I didn't look at your life total, I was going to have this game on lockdown.
Okay.
I didn't want to finish it yet. I was having so much fun. I had so many more fun plays to do besides just lethal.
Yeah,
Ugh.
chat definitely wanted you all to just finish that game like 4 turns ago.
I don't think I could have finished it 4 turns ago because I just drew the Teferis. The Teferis are the things that I needed, but
Yeah.
yeah. But maybe I
Really
missed it.
It's the power of Ether Gust just kept me off balance for long enough.
No, not that you missed lethal, just that you could basically just throw blank pieces of cardboard and probably win the game.
Oh yeah. I wanted to make sure I played tight, but I probably could have played a little faster in that random and still been fine because my hand was juicy. That's for sure.
Yeah, you weren't putting lands into play off those Uros.
Yeah, I mean that's the power of Uro. Uro just gave me that incremental advantage, and then I mean that Yorion play was absolutely awesome as well. I mean just it drew me 4 cards by playing the 5 mana 4/5.
Yeah, it's just the tidings.
Yeah, it was tidings
With value.
with value. Plus, it was just unreal. I always consider even adding like Charming Prince into decks like this because it's already a decent 2-drop that can pester planeswalkers. But then when you get in those situations, you get the loop going, and then the value never stops. But with Uro, you already basically have endless value, so I figured it wasn't worth it. But it's definitely worth a consideration.
Yeah, no, it works pretty well on deck.
All right, well that was an awesome couple games so far. We got game 3 coming.
Yeah, hopefully we've got an awesome third.
Yeah, but first, Rob, you got a question for us? We caught him off guard. Excellent.
Got some quips.
Okay.
Control players are missing lethal. Name a more iconic duo.
Yeah.
Buttercup for that one. So thank you for that one.
Control players looking for lethal? No. You look to close out the game where you can't win before I win.
I had no green mana in that hand, so I'll send it back.
But you're a mono green deck, so you mean you had no mana?
I had to nick those.
Okay. Well, I'll be joining you. 1 lander here. Not what we want. Even a second land, though. If I just had a breeding pool with this, I would snap that off. But
Yeah.
All right. The mutual 6 here. The gentleman 6.
Yes. Does not happen very often on Versus Live these days.
Yeah, just because I don't mulligan.
Correct. That is what I was getting.
Yeah, if that was a temple, I'm snapping that 1 lander off. On the draw, temple, let's go. We're going to omen into mana. This is going to be excellent.
Everything will be fine.
I am, I would rather actually, if we mulligan to Oblivion, probably I would rather us like both mull to 5 with being on the draw and the fact that if you curve out against me, I'm usually in a ton of trouble. But I guess that isn't that big of a factor.
You'll also have the extra card sitting over there.
Yeah, good old Snorian waiting to come back and help.
Not a great 6 here. We don't have any acceleration.
Not a great 6 from us either, but we definitely have to keep.
And I'm going to keep as well, but I'm not happy about it.
Not happy about it either. What do I want to keep? I'm definitely keeping, I think, these. I'm deciding between, I think, this and this as my keeps, and I think this card's worse on the draw, so we're going to put this Absorb on the bottom.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Farmland go.
Pass the turn.
Okay. All right, we're drawing pretty well out of this at least.
You've only drawn 1 card.
We're turn 2. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you're on the
Turn 2. It's turn 2, Ross. Okay, your turn.
Right on time. Jade Light Ranger.
Jade Light Repair, Jade Light Replace. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, well, I guess not the best land to double up on, that's for sure.
No, but I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, I will take it. Go to 18. And then Uro.
21.
And we'll play this land tapped and pass to you.
That's an interesting one.
Okay.
We do Burning Tree Emissary.
Okay.
So I think it kind of runs pretty headlong into a verdict.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Tank, Nissa. Let's go.
Yep. We have red, green floating, make 4 green.
Yep.
Nykthos, and I know I have a second Nykthos. So I wonder if I want to animate the Nykthos with the Nissa here. So if you have verdict, I don't lose a land.
Reasonable.
And I'm going to have a ton of mana because of the Nissa anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And get in for 5.
All right, 16.
You can go.
I'm scared. Oh, boy. It's definitely going to be a tricky game, that's for sure. Oh, boy. How many cards you got? A lot?
4.
Okay. Let's see. I think my best play is just this right now, is these 2 things.
2 things?
2 things.
Teferi Gust?
Maybe.
Is that what it is, chat?
You
You can't lie to me.
They don't talk back to you.
Yeah, it's because they respect me.
Yeah, of course.
Respect, sure.
All right, I'm going to sack this. Get our other forest.
Your other force, so the first one's in your hand?
No, there's only one. Other green source, I should say. You've been really focused on my wording of what I've been doing today, huh?
Yeah, I shouldn't really focus on that. Very misleading.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, I'm going to play Uro.
That's fine. You're at 19.
Draw. Put a land into play tapped, and then I'll say go. After your draw step. Gus Nissa.
Okay, now we got some options.
Options?
Green. Yeah. It's actually kind of crappy.
I like kind of crappy. I hope your only other land is Nykthos.
Oh no, that's how that works. That's not nearly as crappy. So let's get in for 7.
Okay, I'm down to 12.
I will play an Elvish Mystic.
Okay.
I will make 5 green.
Okay.
You're indeed right. My only other land was another Nykthos.
Okay.
I will go to 8 green.
Yep.
And I will play 2 Planeswalkers.
Oh. All right.
And I will wish for Darksteel Citadel, so I can definitely Nissa next turn.
Okay.
And then I will also put some counters on something. And I cannot have anything big enough to fight a Yorion next turn with the Vivian. So this is probably still just tapping for mana a lot of the time. I'm just going to put them on here so that this can still tap for mana.
All right.
And I'll pass.
Oh, that was a disgusting turn.
Yeah, I thought I was 1 short for a second on casting both walkers.
Yeah.
But I forgot to add that this actually nets me a mana. I was playing the elf because of the 2 Nykthoses.
Sure. Well, yeah, that's devastatingly bad.
Yeah.
How on earth can I get out of this? I don't think I really can. Well, I guess the best way is going like this. And then I'll pass to you. Got to minimize your board a little bit here just to control Nykthos, actually.
Yeah. Okay, well, could be staring at a... Yeah, well, let's play Elvish Mystic.
Sure.
Make 4 green, 5 green, play Nissa. See if we got the Gust.
Resolve.
Okay. I will animate Darksteel Citadel.
Okay.
I will put 2 counters on it.
Okay.
We'll attack for 5.
All right, I'll charm it.
Kind of thought that might happen.
Yep.
And we will plus this with no target
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right. Well, best thing we can do here is Uro for sure. So we will do that. Hope for the best. What's that? All
you to 15.
Yep, up to 15. Draw. Land tapped. And then I'll pass to you.
See, that one was there. I will -5 the Vivian.
Okay.
I'll cast an Ulamog. So this makes 6 green. Yeah. 8 green, 10 green.
GG. Yeah, I can't beat that.
Exile that one.
Can't beat that one. Yeah, no, I mean, just too many planeswalkers. Bant is always going to struggle with walkers. I have like Teferi to tuck walkers and stuff, but when you get multiple ones and I'm not able to attack them, it becomes really, really tough. And
you really need something like a planar cleansing, but that's awkward in your deck too because you've got all these oaths and omens that you want to leave around.
Yep. No, it's a tough world of what you can actually have as answers to them, except just going more controlling, having more Dovin's Vetoes, more absorb, stuff like that to stop you from even landing them. But the thing is all your value creatures are also at some point must answers. So whenever I go to answer those, then you sneak in a planeswalker, then I'm trying to set up a board where I can attack the planeswalker, then you get to go over the top with more planeswalkers. It's just a very powerful deck. Green Devotion is just awesome.
Yeah. It's a really cool deck. You can have these really explosive starts still with and Oath of Nissa makes those happen more often. But with Burning Tree Emissary in particular, and even though it wasn't a super explosive draw overall in that third game. But that Burning Tree Emissary on turn 4 was really good because it gave me this huge battlefield presence and the Nissa, and that's what really
that is what put it over the edge. Because I basically played around the fact that I was like, okay, I can beat if you Karn or Vivian that turn, but Nissa was just going to shut me down. I tapped low enough where I had no way to interact, and I was just hoping. I was like, well, you had 3 mana, and I know you have a Nykthos, so I know the possibility is there with Burning Tree, but I just just had to hope you didn't have Burning Tree plus Nissa, but
yeah. And it got me to the point where my battlefield was you can't answer the entire thing. So you'd answer half my battlefield, and then I would extend more to it, and then you'd answer half of it, and I'd extend more to it. Each turn, I'm dealing a little more damage, generating a little bit more mana, and eventually I get to the point where I Ulamog you and the game's over.
Yeah, Ulamog. I mean, at that point, searching with Karn or Vivian, there was going to be. I mean, I was just looking at a Gear Hulk, even that was just going to wreck me, and that was probably like your second or third best one. You know,
I could get the Godfarer statue, really shut down your mana. I could have even Great Henged or something and started drawing cards. I had a lot of options. Huge Walking Ballista is probably fine.
Yeah, that was we were at the spot when I won the game where I could have just flipped stuff at random. You were at that point too, so that was a great match. So far, I like yours better as the Oath of Nissa deck. This is just a control deck where you have a little extra value. And don't get me wrong, I mean, whenever I got to blink the Oaths, they were still pretty good. But I do have a lot of spells in here, so the chances of me missing is not a 0%. That's for sure. You know,
missed once in that first game, right?
Exactly. So that's going to happen. But regardless, awesome first round. We are going to head to round number 2 here. What do we got?
We got the other 2 Oath decks. So a little Jund action also from Jerry's article. And I'm going to be playing the deck that I wrote about this week. My article is also live on Star City right now. And that's going to be Kethis Combo.
Oh, it's going to be an exciting match. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back here after a 5-minute break here on Versus Live.